Story name: Adventure of Janvika, Whispers of the Forgotten Forest. Short summary of this story book. In Whispers of the Forgotten Forest, Janvi, a detective, is captivated by an ancient book that transports her into a magical realm. As she delves deeper into this enchanted world, Janvi encounters mystical beings and uncovers clues that lead her to confront a malevolent curse haunting the forest. Alongside newfound allies, Janvi faces trials of trust and deception, culminating in a decisive battle that frees the forest from its curse. However, their victory opens the door to a new realm, hinting at more adventures to come as Janvi and her friends prepare for future challenges in their journey. Characters and descriptions. Janvi, a detective from Ace Investigation Company, adventurous and curious, who discovers the magical world of the Forgotten Forest through an ancient book. Pallavi, Janvi's sister, mentioned in passing as being associated with Ace Investigation Company, whose identity becomes relevant to the plot through Inaya's revelations. Bhumik, a 9-year-old boy who joins Janvi on her adventure, offering reassurance and companionship throughout their journey. Inaya, a girl who, along with her sister, stumbles upon the book that leads to the Forgotten Forest, knowledgeable about the secrets of the forest and providing crucial information to Janvi. Kenjal, a girl who, along with her sister, stumbles upon the book that leads to the Forgotten Forest. She is reserved and serves as a good companion to Bhumik during French conversations. David, a mysterious figure with shaggy eyebrows and a diamond adorning his forehead, formerly associated with Ace Investigation Company, now residing in the Forgotten Forest. And other creatures of the Forgotten Forest: rabbits, majestic deer, charming butterflies, and other friendly inhabitants of the enchanted woodland who recognize Janvi's kindness. Index. Chapter 1. The Mysterious Invitation. Janvi, a detective, discovers an ancient book titled Whispers of the Forgotten Forest, and is drawn into a magical world filled with wonder. Chapter 2. Echoes in the Night. Janvi explores the enchanting forest and encounters mysterious characters while uncovering clues about her surroundings. Chapter 3. Shadows of Doubt. Janvi's trust is tested as she navigates through unsettling encounters and tries to unravel the secrets of the forest. Chapter 4. Shadows and Deception. Janvi learns more about the forest's mysteries from a new ally, leading to a daring plan to confront the source of the curse. Chapter 5. Unveiling Secrets. Janvi and her companions confront the cursed entity, leading to a decisive battle and the liberation of the forest. Chapter 6. Breaking the Curse. Just as they think their adventure is over, Janvi and her friends are thrust into a new realm, setting the stage for further exploration and challenges. Chapter 7. End of the Adventure. The group finds themselves in the laboratory, ready to face any challenges that come upon in future. Now, let's listen to all the chapters completely one by one. Chapter 1. The Mysterious Invitation. Janvi, an adventurous detective with Ace Investigation Company, eagerly sought out excitement rather than idly passing time in a dull laboratory. As she ascended a spiral staircase, a beam of sunlight illuminated an ancient book. Carrying the heavy book to a nearby table, Janvi read aloud its title, Whispers of the Forgotten Forest. Suddenly, a white piece of paper gently landed on the table, bearing the message, Open, Help, and Return. Intrigued, Janvi opened the book, and to her amazement, a confetti of letters burst forth. Tumbling onto a pile of leaves, she beheld a wondrous scene surpassing all expectations. Rabbits hopped amiably, majestic deer grazed nearby, and charming butterflies flitted through the air. A vast carpet of flowers lay before her, and she heard the soft whispers of the trees. With exhilaration, she bounded down a slope and discovered a vast lake where animals peacefully drank from its shores. Not a single creature fled at her approach, they recognized her kindness. Perplexed, Janvi found a map revealing she was in a place unknown to Earth. Chapter 2. Echoes in the Night. As Janvi wandered along the forest paths, her delight evident in her chuckles, she marveled at the shapes of animals becoming clearer with each step. Quickening her pace, she sought a better view of the lake, where she was mesmerized by the colorful, dazzling corals and the sweet melodies of the birds. Eventually, she lay down on the grass, reminiscing about her mission to save someone. Despite the lateness of the hour, she resolved to begin her task the next day and drifted off to sleep amidst the heather. In the dead of night, Janvi was awakened by voices, or perhaps whispers, prompting her to rise. Intrigued, she ventured toward the trees and stumbled upon a map lying on the ground. Picking it up, she discovered she was in the Trading G Forest, a name that piqued her curiosity about this enchanting woodland. Janvi spent the entire night studying the forest, seeking an explanation for her curiosity, but to no avail. The following morning, she felt disappointed by her inability to unravel the mystery. Suddenly, she heard a voice nearby and turned to see a tall man with shaggy eyebrows and a diamond adorning his forehead. Feeling a sense of unease at encountering an unfamiliar figure, Janvi questioned him about his presence and motives. The man grinned mischievously and presented her with a picture, inquiring if the person depicted was indeed her. Taken aback, Janvi confirmed her identity and demanded to know how he had obtained the image. With a chuckle, the man revealed that he too had once worked for Ace Investigation Company, much like Janvi. Stunned by this revelation, Janvi stood motionless as she questioned him further about his identity and purpose in the forest. The man then invited her to follow him to his treehouse, where he prepared hot chocolate shakes for them both. Chapter 3: Shadows of Doubt. Identifying himself as David, the man began recounting his tale to Janvi. I used to work for Ace Investigation Company, he explained, until a few jealous colleagues falsely accused me and had me thrown into jail. I discovered that the jail bordered an ocean, so I leapt out of a back window, only to find myself waking up here, in these woods. Janvi listened intently, her gaze fixed on David as he spoke. Suddenly, the tranquility of their conversation was shattered by the sound of gunshots. Reacting swiftly, David ushered Janvi into a large bush, whispering, "They are here." Janvi's eyes flickered to the diamond on David's forehead as she processed the situation. She questioned him about the forest's hidden nature, to which David speculated that their pursuers might have stumbled upon it while swimming. Doubts crept into Janvi's mind as she observed David's demeanor. Taking matters into her own hands, Janvi retrieved a gun from David's treehouse and set off alone, feeling skeptical of his stories. As she searched, she discovered a crumpled note bearing the message, "Hi, these people caught me." Overwhelmed with emotion, Janvi sank to the ground, unsure of her next move. A 9-year-old boy named Bhumik approached her, offering reassurance that their journey had only just begun. Janvi made a silent vow to accompany him throughout their ordeal. As they huddled together, gunfire echoed in the distance, prompting Janvi to shield Bhumik from harm. Despite her attempts to appear confident, Janvi couldn't shake her inner worries. Night fell, bringing a temporary respite from the gunfire. Janvi roused Bhumik from his slumber and guided him to a safer spot to rest. As he drifted back to sleep, Bhumik remarked on the eerie atmosphere of the forest. Janvi acknowledged his words with a nod before settling down herself. In the dead of night, a piercing scream shattered the silence, signaling that their ordeal was far from over. Chapter 4: Shadows and Deception. Awakening trembling with fear, Janvi and Bhumik noticed David laughing malevolently, apparently having killed someone. Horrified, Janvi labeled him as evil, but Bhumik urged her to calm down and rest. Returning to bed, they encountered another man bearing a striking resemblance to David. Fleeing in terror, they sought refuge under David's bed. While Bhumik quickly fell asleep, Janvi remained awake, unable to shake off her unease. As morning approached and the atmosphere grew less ominous, Janvi awakened Bhumik. They left their hiding spot, and Janvi confided her concerns to Bhumik, expressing frustration at their constant state of fear. Mid-conversation, they encountered David once more. Trembling, Janvi watched as he declared his intention to pursue them, prompting a defiant response from Bhumik, referencing their previous encounter. David's demeanor remained unsettlingly gleeful as they departed, leaving Janvi simmering with anger and regret for having trusted him even briefly. Throughout the day, Janvi brooded over her mistake, her mood dark and sullen. Bhumik attempted to lift her spirits, jokingly reminding her of the need to stay vigilant in their fight against David. However, their conversation was interrupted by the arrival of a tall girl who immediately challenged their trustworthiness. Bhumik's wary response hinted at his distrust, while Janvi, emerging from her hiding place behind a rock, confronted the newcomer. The girl introduced herself as Anaya and revealed knowledge of Janvi's identity as the sister of Pallavi from Ace Investigation Company, leaving Janvi curious about how she had come by this information. Chapter 5 Unveiling Secrets. Yeah, cool. Anaya s. Huh. Well, I suppose being my sister's cool friend means I can kind of trust you. So, do you know this devil, David? I guess you do, as well. I supposed, Janvi remarked. Anaya confirmed her knowledge, recounting how she stumbled upon the book in the library and fell onto a pile of leaves with her sister. Janvi, still hesitant, pressed for information about her sister, expressing her lingering distrust. As the Anayas exchanged glances, Anaya assured Janvi, providing all the information she needed. As dusk approached, Bhumik voiced concern about David's potential return. Deep in thought, Janvi eventually suggested they hide behind the rock where she had been sulking earlier. Bhumik dismissed the idea, recalling their failed attempt at stealth the previous day. However, Anaya suddenly spotted David, prompting Janvi to lead them to her chosen hiding spot. Anaya proposed exploring their surroundings the following day to find a better hiding spot, a suggestion met with agreement from the group. As they observed David chanting among the trees, a sense of calm washed over them, allowing them to sleep soundly through the night. The next morning, Janvi noticed Anaya diligently working and questioned her about her early wakefulness. Anaya explained that she had been studying David's chants in hopes of uncovering secrets known only to her sister. Their conversation was interrupted by David's ominous warning, to which Janvi defiantly responded, asserting her intelligence and warning against underestimating her. With a glare, David departed, leaving the group determined to outsmart him. Chapter 6 Breaking the Curse. As night fell, casting an eerie silence over the forest, Bhumik couldn't shake off a strange feeling. Je me sens bizarre, he muttered. Anaya, understanding his unease, replied in French, Oui mon frère diéresis je comprends. Bhumik grinned, delighted to have a French companion. Together, they ventured deeper into the forest. Anaya, having overheard their conversation, called out, Hey guys, come behind the rock. They all complied, and Bhumik cautioned them about David's curse, emphasizing the importance of not acting hastily. The next morning, Bhumik roused everyone from their slumber with a shout in French. Janvi, puzzled, questioned his choice of language, to which Bhumik simply replied, I love boasting. Their discussion was interrupted as Bhumik took decisive action, shooting a stone at the diamond on David's head, breaking the curse. Janvi and Anaya exchanged knowing smiles, their plan had worked. With a flash, David disappeared and reappeared before them, apologizing for his actions under the curse. Anaya interrupted with a dismissive remark, and then a book materialized. Janvi exclaimed, Laissons partir, but Bhumik corrected her angrily, insisting on the proper French, Laissez-nous partir. Janvi sighed, agreeing to move on. David instructed them to enter and leave the forest, and they departed, free from the curse that had plagued them. Chapter 7 End of the Adventure. They were all suddenly seated in the cozy and welcoming laboratory. They blinked and laughed, then suddenly Pallavi appeared from the corner of the room. She saw David and the rest and exclaimed, Oh, Anaya, Kenjal. And David. Ooh, Janvi, what on earth happened? Kenjal popped out from the crowd and told them everything. That happened. I hope we will have another adventure with you too, sister, Janvi said excitedly. Then Bhumik said that he didn't want more adventures, but the rest of them screamed, but we do. Oh yes, they will. There isn't a doubt about that. Adventures come to the adventurous. The end. Thanks for listening to my storybook and hope you like it.